As soon as the pilot noticed something strange and terrifying in front of him, moments later, due to a collision, both engines on the plane exploded and shut down. The pilot attempted repeatedly to restart the engines, but nothing worked. Meanwhile, the 155 passengers on board remained unaware of the perilous situation. The air hostess tried to reassure everyone, explaining that the plane was simply stuck in strong winds. The co-pilot immediately pulled out the emergency checklist, trying to figure out what to do when both engines failed. The pilot then contacted ground control for assistance. Upon receiving the distress call, the control room urged flight 10,549 to return immediately. After a short while, they found a potential solution to restart the engines, but despite the pilot's best efforts, the engines remained silent. The plane was now plummeting rapidly, and a city lay below. Captain Sally understood immediately that reaching an airport was impossible. He had very little time and needed to make the right decision quickly. The only option left was to land the plane in the river. If any part of the plane, such as the body or wing, hit the water first, the entire aircraft could disintegrate in seconds. Ground control repeatedly urged a nearby airport landing, but Sally knew there was no time. Suddenly, the plane's signal disappeared from the radar. Now, the plane was only 500 meters from the ground. The pilot sent an emergency landing alert, and the air hostess instructed passengers to brace themselves for the crash landing. Everyone readied themselves for impact. With intense focus, the pilot gripped the controls, relying on his experience and strength to guide the plane down. Thanks to Captain Sally's incredible skill, the plane landed safely in the Hudson River, perfectly balanced. The structure of the plane remained intact, but the danger was far from over. Cold water began filling the cabin rapidly. Captain Sally entered the cabin and instructed all passengers to put on life jackets, urging them to evacuate quickly. The air hostess opened emergency exits and deployed the slides. Some passengers climbed out through the windows onto the wings of the plane. Everyone, whether crew or passenger, calmly evacuated one by one. The weather was frigid, but the nearby rescue teams spotted them and began pulling them out of the water. The flight attendants were the last to leave, staying inside the plane until the very end. By the time they exited, the cabin was submerged up to 1 meter. Captain Sally stayed behind, ensuring no one was left behind. For him, others' lives came first. He exited with the essential documents, and in just 20 minutes, all 155 passengers and crew were safely rescued. The entire incident, from the bird strike to the river landing, unfolded in just 208 seconds. However, after the event, the Aviation Safety Board began questioning Captain Sally. Their engineers examined the data and discovered that the left engine was still working slightly before the landing, meaning the pilot may have been mistaken in claiming that both engines had failed completely. What do you think?